Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. So first it was Wendy Williams skipping to Florida, and presently Sylvester Stallone is considering dumping California too. Celebs are gathering their sacks and heading for new digs. What's the arrangement? Are they simply over their old torment, or is this a sign they're finished with the entire Hollywood scene you are going to find out about? Stallone let the cat out of the bag on his large move. He and his wife, Jennifer Flavin Stallone, spilled the news on the season 2 opening shot of the family Stallone on Principle. The scoop is that they're dumping Cali and settling in Florida. The family got the lowdown during the episode, and it's true the Stallones are Florida-bound. After lengthy hard thought, your mom and I have chosen the opportunity to continue on and leave the territory of California for all time, and we will go to Florida. Stallone said he bought a 13,241-foot home on the Palm Ocean side for $35.58 million in 2020, as per the Palm Ocean side. Day-to-day news, we will sell the house Stallone shared with little girls Red 21, Sine 25, and Sophia 27. As of now, we have the spot, it's settled. Casey DeSantis, the Florida first woman, hit up X previously on Twitter to carry out the doormat for Sylvester and Jennifer Stallone. She resembles hello, and welcome to the free province of Florida. Here, you can partake in your inherent opportunity and reward. Purchase toothpaste without a CVS watch opening it for you. It turns out the Stallones took the action in light of the fact that their home is authoritatively unfilled. Each of the 3 little girls fled. Jennifer spilled the tea, saying, "Raise the young ladies in California, yet with them gone, all that's simply a memory that presently requires a major change," and Tricky was ready. Jennifer added that she and her family have gained a lot of experience in the state, but presently, with her 3 girls moving out, she feels like she really wants a change. Later in the episode, the rough entertainer conceded that he was delayed in consenting to roll out the improvement. "We have a ton of roots in California, so it's anything but a simple progression to Florida." Stallone said this in a confession booth, however, Jennifer truly had her heart set on it. "I yielded, so Stallone's doing the mix in Florida, and individuals are contemplating whether it's all restricted with some Doctrine 3 in show. We should investigate what has possibly occurred with Sylvester Stallone." The Ideology 3 trailer has sparked interest as fans are asking where's Stallone. Sylvester Stallone, the first person, is perceptibly missing, prompting hypotheses about potential industry challenges or debasing. Rough B made his presentation in 1976, developing from a dark horse to an unbelievable character almost 50 years after the fact that the establishment has changed into a hero with numerous continuations. Statement of Faith 3, the 10th portion in the Rough series and the 3rd in the Ideology series, is set to be delivered on Spring 3. The story follows Adonis. Donnie Belief, Apollo Doctrine's child, wrestling with his past as a close buddy Tornado reappears following 18 years of experiencing my most out-of-this-world fantasies. Bianca's Statement of Faith 3 acquaints a few firsts with the establishment. Michael B. Jordan, the essence of Adonis since his leading-edge job in 2015's Ideology, is set to make his first time at the helm in a huge flight. Sylvester Stallone, the famous figure inseparable from the Rough movies, won't show up on screen without precedent for a Rough portion. Notwithstanding his non-attendance as an entertainer, Stallone assumed a role as a maker in the venture. Tricky, spread the word. You realize that he hasn't returned for this one yet. However, I think you know his point and experience, it's continuously going to be a tad of a Rough statement of faith. 3. The 10th portion of the Rough establishment and the 3rd in the Doctrine series keep on expanding on the rich tradition of the Rough Balboa universe. The film investigates the significant difficulties of conquering past injuries, exploring the intricacies of distinction, and persevering through the significance of family at its heart. Adonis Belief, previously the ignored, ill-conceived child of boxing legend Apollo Doctrine, develops into a dear companion and coach to Rough Balboa. Adonis is focused on saving his dad's heritage, first as a boxing champion and later as the owner of an exercise center tutored by Tony Little Duke Evers, the child of Tony Duke Evers, who prepared both Apollo and the Statement of Faith in Belief. In 3, the storyline takes a turn as Aoni's present retirement settles on step once again into the ring to safeguard his best on the planet. This decision is prodded by the return of Damon. Jonathan Major, a close buddy, transformed into a rival, bringing a shadowy past back into Adonis' life. Michael B. Jordan's progress to the chief seat for Ideology 3 feels like a characteristic movement, considering his lead roles in the initial two Doctrine films and the underlying Statement of Faith film. Jordan worked under the guidance of his long-lasting teammate, Ryan Coogler. Their organization began with the 2013 film Natural Product cover station and went on with the blockbuster hit Dark Puma in 2018. Coogler filled in as a maker on Ideology 3, and furthermore, the chief maker for Statement of Faith 2 had an urgent impact in moving Jordan to investigate coordinating in a meeting with Diversion. This evening, Jordan recognized that seeing Coogler's executive abilities in the arrangement of organic products on Cover Station was a critical movie for the two of them and played a huge part in affecting his choice to take on the executive obligations in Belief 3, the coordinating interest. Flashes back to organic product Cloak Station when I first sort of saw a person very close that seemed as though me coordinating order ing the set, he said, taking note of that. Coogler made himself accessible for 911 calls during the recording of Statement of Faith 3 regardless of being occupied on his very own bunch with the creation of Dark Jaguar Wakanda everlastingly in his first time at the helm. Michael B. Jordan showed a sharp scrupulousness, especially stressing the meaning of coordinating American communication through signing ASL into the film. This decision was driven by the story perspective that Adonis' significant other Bianca, played by Tessa Thompson, is encountering moderate hearing misfortune and their little girl Amara, played by Mila Davis. Kent is deaf, and strikingly, all scenes between Jordan's personality and Amara are led in ASL with captions furnishing availability. Jordan, in a meeting with IndieWire, depicted the film as quadrilingual, highlighting its obligation to true portrayal and inclusivity. We have English, we have Spanish, we have ASL, and afterward we have the battling language we investigate. In the last battle, he said, taking note that it was vital to him that watchers see a world that embraces hard-of-hearing characters. I was able to simply drop them in this world, perceive how the ASL family is living, and let the crowd go for a ride. Positively, the recognizable decrease in Sylvester Stallone's presence with each progressive the belief portion is difficult to disregard. With the looming arrival of Doctrine 3, one can't resist the urge to notice the shortfall of Ruff Balboa in Adonis' Statement of Faith's excursion towards boxing significance and the continuation of the Ideology heritage. The one who established the groundwork for everything will not be essential for the cast in this most recent expansion of the rough, realistic universe. Stallone, who assumed a critical role as Adonis' mentor and motivation in the first film, continuously saw a decrease in screen time in the 2018 spin-off. Anyway, Ideology 3 makes it a stride further by completely barring Ruff Balboa. The shortfall of this famous person feels fairly curious in a film set inside the Ruff universe, starting interest in the fascinating story behind Stallone's choice not to repeat his job. The shortfall of Sylvester Stallone in the 10th portion of the establishment has been public information, yet the explanations for it are perplexing and covered in secret. Stallone, in an article for Men's Wellbeing, uncovered that he won't be engaged with future Ruff movies as long as Irwin Winkler, a previous companion, furthermore, the maker of the first film, stays associated with the ventures. Stallone, the old neighborhood legend with a Cinderella story from poverty to newfound wealth, has been unequivocal in his position, declaring you can't reconcile with somebody who's been not really good or bad, loathsome as I would see it anyway. The particular subtleties of the crack between the two stay tricky. The beginning of the friction traces all the way back to 1976, when Stallone, confronting monetary provokes, offered the privileges to Ruff to Winkler for a sum that presently appears to be immaterial, contrasted with the titanic income produced by the 9 Ruff movies in the cinema world, and through permitting regardless of Ruff remaining as the best game establishment in film history. Stallone doesn't partake in the more extensive monetary accomplishments. Past his underlying installment for his jobs, having written the screenplay for Ruff and basically birthing the worthwhile establishment, Stallone feels that Winkler is receiving the benefits the entire way to the bank. In this case, apparently Stallone might have an admirable sentiment. Are you similar to burying the hatchet at one point? Or do you realize you can't make harmony? I mean, we should be sensible here. You can't make harmony when somebody has been so late in delivering the narrative. Shrewd on Netflix furnishes viewers with a noteworthy investigation. Sylvester Stallone's wonderful long-shot excursion catapulted him to become one of the best and most acclaimed stars of the 1980s while displaying the moving perspectives of his ascent to popularity. The narrative likewise dives into the individual expenses of Stallone's persistent desire, explicitly featuring the wounds he persevered with because of playing out his own trick work. What is better than living under deception while having a little hint of something to look forward to? You might have been extraordinary. The narrative distinctively describes a nerve-wracking episode during. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.